Welcome to my podcast, Cheers to Good Health. Today I am telling you about the good, healthy habit I have of drinking water. So today I could feel myself getting thirsty, and that happens several times throughout the day. And as soon as I feel myself getting thirsty, I don't wait. I always make sure I have a water bottle on me or some kind of water. Often I carry around a whole jug, a whole gallon in my car, just so I can refill my water bottle, because I do not take thirst signals lightly. If your body is giving you a thirst signal, that means that it's already dehydrated. And thirst signals are a particularly important way that your body communicates with you. So thirst signals can be turned on or off. Your body pays attention to what is coming into it and you're providing it from your environment. And if it recognizes that it's not getting a certain nutrient or a certain type of food or liquid or something that it needs, it reacts to that. So if your body realizes that it never gets any liquid, just plain water into it, it's going to interpret that as there's a drought of some sort. There's something going on where there's just not water available, which happens in life. There's a lot of reasons why someone might go through a drought or a famine. For example, war and poverty. Maybe you get really sick and you lose your appetites. There could be a literal famine. There's just not any food. So there's a lot of reasons why you might not be able to provide your body with something. If you're living in a country or a place where there's plenty of food and water and you're just not providing that to your body, then that is an issue that's on the person, and that's kind of neglect or just miseducation. A lot of people don't understand that the body needs a lot of water. The human body needs 1 gallon of water a day. And that sounds like so much when you don't drink a lot of water. But if you look at the same size species or bigger species, horses, for example, need to drink 5 to 10 gallons of water per day. Elephants need 50 gallons a day. So really big species need a lot more water. Human beings, we're a pretty large species compared to a lot of other animals, rabbits, cats, dogs. We're insects. We're really quite big. And so a gallon of water is actually the right amount. Now, animals in the wild, they only drink water, right? They're not walking around with their soda pop or their Kool-Aid. They only drink water. So when they drink 50, that's all that they're drinking. Or when a horse drinks its 5 to 10 gallons, that's all it's drinking is just water. Humans have a variety of beverages that we find tasteful. We have alcoholic beverages, we have juices, teas, coffee, milk. We have all sorts of stuff. But the body really needs just plain liquid so that it understands that there's not any kind of drought, that there is an abundance of just plain water that is coming into the system. And there's a reason why you want to show your body that that is the case with the environment that you're in, that there's plenty of water. But so at least a half a gallon of water a day should be just plain water. And then since we have other kinds of beverages that we like, the other half of a gallon, or, just a quarter gallon. You don't have to drink 1 full gallon a day, but at least half a gallon of liquid should be entering your body. So I drink about half a gallon of water and then a quarter gallon of just teas, coffees, whatever I want, orange juice. But the reason why you want to let your body know that there's plenty of water available is because then the thirst mechanism is turned on. Your body will turn it on, meaning it will send you signals to get thirsty since it knows that there's water available and that you'll give it to it. If it's sending you these thirst signals and you ignore it or you just don't give it anything, which a lot of people do, then it's going to assume that there's just not water available and it's going to stop giving you those signals, because what's the point of giving them to you if it's not fulfilled, right? And so then what it will do, because it needs to get water some way, somehow, otherwise you die, your body isn't stupid. What it will do, if it can't get just plain liquid from you, which again, it needs it for its cells, it needs it for replenishment. Your body's made up of 70% water, so it has to replenish what you're made up of. You need to replenish it because you excrete it every day through bodily functions, through sweat, through other things, through even just talking. Water comes out through your mouth, in little tiny droplets. Water's always leaving our body, a lot of it actually, especially if you live in warm areas or in summertime. And so your body needs water, it needs to get it. It's, you'll die without it. So if it's giving you a thirst signal and it's getting ignored, it's going to actually give you false hunger signals, because there are traces of water in all food, especially things like raw fruits and vegetables. There's tons of water, like in a watermelon. But even cooked food, even meat, there is actually, lions and stuff get their liquid from blood, from meat, right? And from the live animal. So there's a lot of water in your meats, in all kinds of food. So your body will give you false hunger signals so that you eat, so that it can extract water from food. The only downside to that is that you end up eating food that you don't need, and calories that your body doesn't need. Your body only needs calories when it needs energy, when it's going to be moving around. But your body will force you, it will be forced to eat just to get water if you're not giving it regular plain water, at least a half gallon. And so it happens when people drink a half gallon of water a day and they drink enough plain water, which I'm telling you, most people think that they already do drink enough and they don't. I interviewed a family member. They thought that they drank plenty of water. Turns out when we went through her day, she had 2 small cups of water and the rest was coffee all day long. And people think that they drink enough water, but really you remember drinking throughout the day. Maybe it's coffee, maybe it's pop, and so you're thinking you're getting enough liquid, but I'm talking about just plain water. Most people don't get enough just plain water. And so when you do give your body enough plain water, the most miraculous thing happens. It keeps weight off you like none other. It is the biggest weight loss secret I could ever share with anyone, and I do share it with anyone who asks me how I stay thin. I say I drink a ton of water. I drink so much water, and they kind of don't believe that that's what is the trick. It's so simple, and it's free, and it's clear, and it's tasteless and odorless, which actually is not true. The more you drink water, the more you start to fall in love with it, and the more you can actually taste it and smell it. Elephants can smell water up to 5 miles away, and that's how they know where to go when they're meandering through the plains and deserts. But you start to be able to smell and taste water, and you start to love it, and you start to crave it. And especially when your body turns on the thirst signal, the thirst mechanism, you'll start to get thirsty regularly. A lot of people who are overweight are dehydrated, and they're like, well, I'm just never thirsty. It's because their thirst mechanism is off. They've denied their body water for so long that their body just doesn't even ask for it. But once you start feeding your body water on a regular basis, and it knows that it's coming, it will start giving you thirst signals when it wants water. And so your body is really smart. It will keep weight off of you like nothing else when it has enough water. I'm not really quite sure the science behind it, but there's a lot of reasons why the body just loves water and why it's a chronic weight resistor. You just cannot put on weight when you drink a lot of water. It regulates your appetite. It brings your pH level up to an alkaline state, which is a whole other podcast, and why that's so important. Remember, cancer breeds in acidic environments, and the only things that have an alkaline pH are water and raw fruits and vegetables, how they react in your body. But that's, don't want to get into the weeds with that. But there's so many other things. Water is really heavy, so it keeps you regular. It has oxygen in it, so you are giving life to your cells, and so you have a ton of energy, not just in your lungs when you breathe oxygen, but throughout your whole body, there's oxygen given to it. So, but I'm not really quite sure why it keeps weight off of you so well, but it's the biggest thing. If you can provide your body a gallon or a half gallon of water a day, and you don't have to do it all at once because you're going to have to go to the bathroom a lot. You have to kind of work your way up to getting used to going to the bathroom, just being honest, because that is a side effect. But it's worth it for 2 minutes let's say you go to the bathroom, 6 times a day, drinking a half gallon of water a day. That's 2 minutes each. That's like 12 minutes of your day. So 12 minutes of your day out of the 24 hours to go to the bathroom, and in exchange, you never gain any weight. It is so worth it. But that is the truth, is that you are going to have to go to the bathroom a lot more. But you will not struggle with your weight. And I need to figure out what it is scientifically that makes it, like, even if I have weeks where I eat horrible and I don't exercise, because I drink at least a half gallon of water a day, I always wake up so thin, shockingly thin. Your body keeps you so thin when you drink a lot of water. And if you think about wild animals, they're never overweight or obese, and all they drink is water, and they drink enough of it, and they drink a lot of it. Elephants drink 50 gallons. Horses, which means that this applies to like zebras and deer and elk and other stuff that are like horses, they drink 5 to 10 gallons. They drink so much water, and they never struggle with their weight, unless they're pregnant or they're seals or whales or bears, and they're supposed to have blubber on them. But no wild animal is ever overweight or struggles with it, and they all drink a ton of water. So there's something about water that will keep you thin. You just have to slowly work your way up to it until you're about a half gallon, and then you can also have the other liquids that you like. But anyway, so that's what I did today. I distinctly remember feeling thirsty, and I immediately went to my water bottle today. I drink when I first wake up, and I drink throughout the day. But I distinctly remember today there was just a moment where I was so thirsty, and I drank probably 16 ounces. I just guzzled it because I was so thirsty, which is your body will start sending you thirst signals, but I kind of drink to prevent that already. Like, I drink quite a bit throughout the day. But for some reason, my body was so thirsty, and so I had my water prepared. I had it right next to me. It happened when I was driving. I had my water bottle in my car. And so carry around a water bottle. You'll notice a lot of thin people have that habit where they carry around water. They have water on them or near them. And yeah, when you get that thirst signal, drink immediately. Let your body know that there is water available, and it will turn on that thirst mechanism, and it will be fulfilled with the liquid it needs, and it will keep weight off you like nothing else, and slowly build up to drinking half a gallon of water at least. Take after those wild animals who never struggle with being overweight, and they drink a ton of water. I hope this was helpful for you. I have this habit every single day. I drink so much water, and you really do become addicted. You start to crave it. You start to love it. You start to be able to taste just how many chemicals are in other drinks, actually, and how much sugar is in other drinks. And so you end up wanting other drinks just more for taste rather than hydration. Like, once you start drinking water regularly, you crave it for hydration, for when you're thirsty. You don't really want to reach for anything else because water is so quenching. Like it was today when I got thirsty, I was like, I really just want water. And I had the 16 ounces or however much it was. So yes, I hope this helps. And do a food journal and write down how much water you drink. And you might be surprised how little you actually drink, especially if you're overweight. I guarantee you, if you're overweight, you don't drink enough water, and you probably think you do. And you probably don't. And I'm talking about a half gallon at least. And a lot of people will have like a cup or two, and just in their heads, it seems like it's more than it is because you drank and you probably were like, oh good, I'm drinking water, I'm being healthy. But it's only 1 or 2 cups a day. So do a food log. If you want to include food, I recommend that too, because that's also an eye-opener to see how bad you actually really eat. I did that, and I ate way worse than I thought I did in my own head. But if you want to do just a water log, actually, and you might be surprised how little you drink. I never drank anything until I started reading success stories and just saw how many people were drinking water. And I was like, oh, I guess that's the thing to do. And so I started to drink water. And I'm telling you, the weight came off and it's never come back on. And I crave it now. So start drinking water. Let me know if you start doing it and get up to half gallon, and if it's changed your life, I guarantee you it will. But I'd love to hear your own water story. And there's many more good podcasts to come. Thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for next time. To your health. Clink.